Well, hello, YouTube fans, friends, new recruits, and veterans to the channel. Welcome on in. It's alternate history gaming, where we try to recreate history, but can't, so it's alternate. I am your humble and gracious player host, Bank60s. Humble and gracious as always. I want to cover a lot of ground as it relates to putting together a core v core scenario and battle that's enjoyable for you in single player against the AI. I think there's a lot of folks playing that way. So we will go into single player. We will go into our sandbox mode, and I've got most of the settings the way that I want them for this particular scenario. We're going to go East Cavalry Field. I'm going to go with 2 hours because the East Cavalry Field, come to find out, is not that large. So we'll probably come in contact with the opposing side pretty quickly. We'll try to balance the forces. We will be James Longstreet once again. I'm going to set 7 objectives. Objective point value, and then let's see here. Well, let's go objective point value of 1,011. You know, whatever. We should probably do 15 minutes. Actually, I think that'll be better, and that'll get folks moving. And then we take our score limit. So you got to try to figure. So 1,000 for 7. Objective points will end up being, I think, 7,000 points. I don't think the casualties will be that much higher than that. So we'll go with a score limit of, we'll go 17,000 or so. There may be that many casualties, we'll see, and hopefully it doesn't get any bloodier than that. When you set the parameters just about this way, you probably come up with one core pretty close to the other core. They'll just kind of come together. We'll have ourselves a battle. I'll be able to show you a little bit more about not just moving divisions up ahead, but kind of how I like to do things with the deployment of the troops once we get closer to the enemy, the setting of stances, the working of artillery in the midst of everything. 7 objectives, about 1,000 points each. Take 15 minutes to get the points on each of them. We'll start at 11. That's fine. Well, let's do 2 o'clock. And by the way, once again, we are going with the Grog Toolbar mod for the base game, Scourge of War Gettysburg Remastered. I am more of a mouse player than keyboard player when it comes to Scourge of War. And there are more key bindings that help get you to things like the command map, but my dumb brain is used to just doing it with the mouse. And then here's one other thing that's, let's jump into things kind of as we go here. To know immediately which regiments belong to a brigade commander is a couple of different ways. One, you have your regiment, let's say right here is the 2nd South Carolina. One way you can figure it out is that it says it right here, Kershaw's Brigade, McLaw's Division, 1st Corps. Or you can look and see where this 1-star oak leaf, or whatever leaf that is, insignia is above a general officer, like you see right here. That means this regiment's superior commanding officer is this guy. And then conversely, you can see this guy's subordinate regiments all have the little wings over the top of them and a little halo marker. See here and here and here and up here. And then a reminder, of course, that when you get a division moving, these ordnance wagons are assigned per division. You can see when I select on the ordnance wagon that it lights up its superior officer, its commanding officer, Major Matthias Henry. So he'll I think follow Henry around because Henry commands Hood's divisional artillery. I think is kind of what that's about. Branch North Carolina Artillery, that's yeah. You see the different batteries here and one here. You get a battery here and a battery here, all under the command of this guy. And they've done a nice job, I think, simplifying things, especially for like multiplayer and single-player sandbox mode, by just making one big artillery battalion for each division that you can make order, send orders through, at least to get the large formation closer up to the front line before you actually start deploying it out. All right, so we're moving. We're going to be on the west side. They're probably going to be on the east side. I suspect they'll have these objectives pretty quickly. We've got this one, and this is, I think, like a main objective that they'll come after. So it looks like we'll be fighting over this one and this one, most likely. So here's what we'll do. We're going to send Hood and redeploy him. So we're going to go to our order of battle, like I'd mentioned before. We're going to select Hood as a division. We're going to take off command everybody underneath him. Let's make sure that we can do this. There we go. Get time moving, right? So we're going to take off command everybody underneath him. When you are above the division commander and you go take command off of everyone, like that, it'll go take command off of the division commander too. And so you've got to click it back on so that you can command him around and he won't stop, right? So let's take Hood. Let's go back to our command map like we know. All right, and we're going to click right out here. Okay, let's go to the map. Let's go to the target icon where we clicked. We're going to do something kind of interesting here. We're going to face to the east-ish like we want. Got some nice woods in front of us. Let's make sure the division is facing this way, right? Okay. Let's do division in line. Boom. We'll go back to our command map, and you can see we've got Hood's troops on the move over here, and then we're going to start deploying. I think we'll probably take some troops, maybe one regiment here, another regiment maybe of the conscripts and crappy troops back here. We'll have a division commander Hood here. We'll have Longstreet here. So yeah, we want to go Hood. He'll like set up his headquarters here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then let's take the 17th Georgia. No. I don't want them. Let's take these volunteer troops. We'll take charge of the 20th Georgia, and we'll countermarch them back to here. Okay. And I'm right-clicking, assault column by divisions, right-clicking force move. I just always do that. I couldn't tell you exactly why. We've got that, and then we'll have one of these brigades over here. Let's see, Anderson, where was that conscript unit? This one. These guys will go all the way to the back. We'll get them here by road. Fine. Boom, boom, boom. All right clicking. And then the last one to execute order, that's a left click. Okay. We'll have Hood on the move. Now, what we'll be having to do here with the rest of this involving Hood's division is we're going to have to go brigade by brigade as we deploy out. So how do I want to do the rest, right? So we've got McClaws, we got Federal cavalry out there. Okay. Matthias Henry, let's go ahead and get him on the move. Ah, shoot. Matthias Henry, select command map. Let's get him here. Let's go to there. And let's actually have him go to here. Okay. Let's have him set up in double line. Oh, we forgot a step, okay? Great, you get into it and you're trying to hurry, right? Okay, I'm sorry. This is what stuff that happens, and even a guy like me that's experienced like me forgets. You got to take off command of everybody, okay? And you got to take on command of him again, and then you got to hit the formation again, and boom. There they go. Now they'll do what you want them to do. And then we'll go ahead and double time it with everybody. Got it? Alright, so those guys will be there like that. And we'll be spreading them out. Claws. Let's get him on the move. And I'll tell you what, we're going to take Barksdale's brigade, and we're going to keep him on take command. So once we go McClaws, we're going to select him. We're going to go off take command, then back on. Then I'm going to go to Barksdale, select him, and put him on take command. That means I don't want Barksdale to move. He won't do anything unless I go to him and tell him specifically that I want him to do something. But now we're going to go back to the command map, and we're going to shift the rest of the division forward to here. And we're going to go in double line. Alright. Next. Boom, there you have it. We'll have a nice strong center there. You can see Yankees there. I'd say probably a good idea for us to let's do picket. Select command map. And forward here. Off take command. Take charge now. Formation go. Good. Next. Cabell. He's set up just about where I would want him, I think. Yankee artillery right here. Alright, we've got this. Let's go Cabell. You select off take charge, on take charge, command map. Bingo, let's straighten them out. Oh, I like this ridge too. So actually what we'll do is we'll go here. Okay, and then battery in line, and we'll have them set up right along the ridge right there. Perfect. These guys are getting into their positions. Let's go ahead and take control of Law. Let's go back to Hood. Let's take control of all of our subordinates. Oh, shoot. Law, he's on the left. Kind of coming toward these woods. And that objective there. So we'll deploy Law here. Again, this is a habit. Take off, take charge, take him back on, get the brigade set, and we'll put him in a line. Now, Anderson. I'm going to set him up right here. Off take charge, back on, boom, double line. Now Robertson. He sets up over here, kind of behind Hood in a single line. Now let's see how this looks. Not bad. Okay, now we can get guns placed a little bit more specifically. Okay, this guy, so I clicked one of the guns, and then I went looking for this insignia here, and now I know that's their battery commander. I'm going to take charge of him, because if you don't take charge of battery commanders, a lot of the times they won't go where you want them to. And then the other thing is, when you want to click a gun battery, realize that the commander is going to set up a little ways behind, and the guns are going to be up toward the front. So you want to try to remember that as you are placing them like this. I'm going to go ahead, right-click this, and left-click that, and get them set up nicely right there. We've got... Okay, so when you have guns nearby, they will take the point. let's take Wolford. And first off, by the way, let's go to McClaws again. Let's take charge of all of his officers so they don't go willy-nilly. Let's go back to Wolford using our arrow keys. And I did use the keyboard there instead of the toolbar. And let's set Wolford up right here in line. The rest will be just, I think, on the opposite side of the crest of the ridge. Good. Let's get these guys moving. Go, go, go. This is something from time to time, and I don't quite know why, but you have to... Sometimes you got to go in here gun by gun and get them double timing again. Let's get Benning. Let's set him up... Let's just have him be right here, and we'll put his guys in assault column. It's fine. Like that. So, I think we need to go ahead and start sending some skirmishers out. So, let's come up here. The 7th Georgia that are regulars, we're going to take command of them real quick. We're going to split off a unit of 100 men. Okay. We're going to take command off, and they're going to go into skirmish formation. Alright, we're going to take command of them again. Because we would like to micro these skirmishers. We want to take a look at what we got in front of us here. We'll send out a group from the 8th Georgia. Okay. Okay, these guys, we'll do it with them too. Okay. Oh, hey, okay. Looks like they're going to move up with this cav. Fine. Start shooting at them. Now, I'm going to take the brigade commander, right? And since he's got everybody, we're going to go back off of take command. Okay, boom, boom. Let's take everybody back off. And let's take him off, and we're going to go defend. That's a nice neutral AI stance. And then combat will be joined right here. First action. With some cavalry here. In the woods. I feel like this will be an area where there'll be some heavy fighting. You've got, so this is something that gets a little annoying, is that the commander will somehow, some way end up sending his regiments like right along the snake rail fence. And it slows them way down. That is something that I get pretty frustrated by in this game. So I end up double quicking to get through the obstacle. Okay. Reset the formation. Okay, that's a little trick. You go back to the brigade commander. You select the formation again to get them walking again so you don't wear them out. Right? So let's lay down with these guys. Let's have this brigade press this way in line. And we'll just apply pressure here. Okay, we're going to have these guys fall back. I don't like the way these guys are situated, so I'm going to wheel them back. Looks like we're going to try to find a flank over here. Looks like we're fired into the woods here. Let's see if we can't get some guns firing in on those guys. Now, that's one where you would want to try and get rid of the trees, but I'll tell you what. We'll do take command, fire at cavalry. Right? Take command, fire at cavalry. We'll have 2 guns firing. Then the rest, I'll tell you what, we'll do 1 more. Cavalry. Okay, and then this, I want firing at artillery, and I'm going to try to do it just with the AI still controlling them. Let's go to his battery commander, and let's do it through him. Targeting artillery. And we'll do counter battery with them. Up there, hopefully. Alright, we got 1,000 points. We will have more once we start taking that. Alright, now they're down here. Looks like they've got some troops on that side. We're going to go this way, boys. Double time. 15th Alabama. I do not believe this federal cavalry is going to have anything on us here. Alright, so there's something you can see that happens sometimes. You click to go somewhere, and it will send them way over there, right? So sometimes you just have to correct that. And we'll halt these guys, give them back to the AI, wheel them a little bit, and they'll get to firing. Okay, these guys, I'm going to start advancing. Okay, these fellas, we're going to go off, take command. They're going to fold back into their original regiment. Same with these guys. They're going to retreat. Fine. Go back to your original regiment. Nothing but cav there. We'll just dare them to charge us, I guess. I see nothing on this high ground to the center right here. This next ridge. I think we might take McClaw's troops and push up. That's a brigade of SEMs in line, please. Kershaw. Here. In double line. And then let's make sure we've got McClaw's selected and, you know, keep him out of trouble. Let's put him on this this little crossroad right down here. And the next thing I would do, I think, is go ahead and get... Let's get these guns. So I'm going to click on the gun. I'm going to go up to his battery commander. I'm going to take charge of him. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have these guys deploy. Here, let's take the road. Boom, boom, boom. Right click, right click, right click, right click, left click to actually do the order, right? And so the other thing you got to get comfortable with when you're doing actions like this is you got to get comfortable letting things go and then coming back to check on them, right? You're doing pretty good over here. Let's go halt, wheel. Yeah, you got Law's brigade against a bunch of cavalry, and I'd say that the cavalry is generally outmatched in a setup like this. So I think we'll push. We'll take him off, and we'll go on an attack order with Anderson. Okay, Robertson. Let's go ahead and let's advance his brigade 100 yards. And just have them in support here. Let's get Hood up here, and we'll have his ordnance wagon follow him as we keep an eye on things, right? We're moving on the left with Hood's troops. Now, this regiment, I think we're going to need to go ahead and take command of them again. And I'd love to just gain these points. Might as well just do it. Put them right on it. Road column. Move on the road. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and that will free us up to use some of this artillery. So let's take command of this unit. Let's take command of this one. Now let's go up. So we've taken command of 2. We don't have command of the other 2. Let's bring these guns forward. Now, they're not going to help us much in the woods, obviously, right? We'll bring them here for starters. Boom. Boom. Take the road. Boom. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's have him on a probe order now. Let's get these guys on some cover. As far as we can get them. Oh, they're winded already. Wow, okay. Got these skirmishers retreating again. And we'll fold them back into their main unit. Once they... So you can't do anything with the unit at all until it gets back to its arrow right there, okay? Boom, let's send them back to their main unit. And that was it. Got them falling back. Let's advance on them. Let's oblique these guys. First of all, we'll take command. Oblique. Let them do the oblique dance. Yes, you can remove trees. I don't like to do it. I'm too groggy in that way. But you push the T key. Boom, 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 boom. You can get them all out. All right. You can see they've got a lot of guns up here. Let's go ahead and retreat. Let's go ahead and retreat the whole brigade. So the whole brigade's going to get pushed back. We're not going to press the issue against all of those guns lined up for us there. We're going to keep them going. Their flags have gotten back. We're going to push back further. Keep running, boys. Keep going. As soon as I see each of them arrive and stop at their place, I'll just keep pushing a brigade-wide retreat. Okay, and then we'll keep everybody moving. Hopefully their guns don't get set up in time. Our brigade commander, Anderson, is now back in a decent spot. And then we're going to march them back to here. And each one by one, as the troops get to their retreat location, they'll begin accepting orders to come back here. Except this one, because I have him on take charge. So let's take him off take charge and let's do the order one more time. And then let's put take charge back on all subordinates so that they will move and they won't stop. And we'll do a little orderly withdrawal with Anderson's division, which was getting itself caught out with all these guns right here. Now these guys will need to lay down. And as a matter of fact, what we may do here... Oh my gosh, yeah, we got nothing but cannon there. So let's go here. And that is a button that just tells them to run, basically as if they're retreating. And so they'll break formation. And they'll come back down here, and we'll probably lay them down. And then the next thing is, go ahead and have this battery focus on artillery. Alright, now we need to take a look at what else we've got. More cav over here. They're going to get this victory location. So, let's come over here on the right. And let's go ahead and shake out into a line with this brigade. Let's move forward 300 yards with that one. Let's go ahead, move forward 300 yards with that one. Alright, these guns, let's move this battery forward 100 yards. Same here. And again here. And again here. Very good. Next is to get Barksdale's brigade. We're going to use the command map with him. Boom. I'd like to bring him up. Let's bring him kind of here. Just like that. Alright, you can see Law still fighting it out with these cavalrymen on the left. And you can see it's pretty heavily weighted in our favor until that artillery came up. Let's advance on them. Let's wheel with these guys. Take Benning forward in his assault column. We're going to be getting this objective. We got this one. It's like another cavalry division. I don't love that you know, we're fighting cavalry. Not so much of it. So I think we probably should start pushing on this left side. Let's micro this regiment and get them in the firing line. They're rested now. So after all the points are taken, it'll come back around and everything will be dependent upon casualties, really. You can see we've got 2,610 points now. We'll get another 1,000 for that objective. Okay, and now we can see things on the left. It looks like we may have... Okay, these are guns. Charles Atwell. Yeah, that's all guns, 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 guns. Alright, we're on the run. Right there. Go ahead and move forward there. You guys here. Lay them down. So I don't like to make the trees go away because it just hurts immersion for me, I guess I'd say. These guys are resting for a minute. We'll go ahead and lay them down. I'll take command of them as well. These guys, they're still fresh. So let's go ahead and push with them a little bit. Okay, take these guys back off. They're engaged. And they'll be in the firing line, tearing up that regiment, the 1st Michigan. Then, our clever move. So, these 2 units are going to stay on take command. I believe they'll have a good shot at taking care of business there. I'm going to get my general out. Okay, we're going to move these guys up. Here and here. And then I'm going to see if I can't charge the guns. Help kind of get things on the move over here a little faster. And it'll be Benning doing the work. Anderson recovering over here. And he'll come up in support of that attack. We'll just give them, and in support meaning we're going to give that artillery more to shoot at. Like that. Our idea is going to be to just push this flank and see if we can't start rolling them up this way. Looks like we got some infantry on this side. Good thing we brought Barksdale up. Go ahead and advance here. All right, we're gonna go take command on column. Double time it. And behind this line of cover fire here, we'll get these guys out. Oh, you hear that lightning strike in the background. Holy moly. Here. Here. Line back to double quick. You got to do that. Double tap. These guys now go to double quick. Line back to double quick. Okay. Move up. Move up at the double quick. Here we go. We're going to see if we can run these guns off with these 2 regiments here. Charging the guns. Got the 2nd Georgia and the 20th Georgia making this attack. Let's send the commander over here to help them. No canister rounds just yet. Those will be coming though. Let's send him up here. These guys will probably need the most help. There we go. Open fire. Oh. Now, while you would love to think that it's fine and good to come up here and charge the guns, they do have some troopers here backing them up, and it works pretty darn well to just come up here and shoot them. Advance. Advance. You can get some good kills in. Same here. Looks like we're still fine this way. Let's go ahead and let's get Benning, or Robertson rather. I think we might want to get him more involved. Ooh, I take that back. Benning is doing fine out here with Law. I think Law will take a little bit of a break. Okay, we'll go ahead and do a charge. They're rested. All right, we ran the rest of those guns off. Let's see if we can capture a few here. With the 20th Georgia, let's get Benning back off. Take command on a hold command for now. Whew! Canister shot coming in. Case shot overhead. Making the charge. And then you're going to have to, once he takes this gun, if they do, you're going to have to come back over here and you're going to have to click charge again. Get him to charge the next gun. Boom. Now, we'll form them back up. I'll let them stay there and hold their ground much as they want, firing at some of these cavalrymen. We'll bring this regiment up in support. Let's go, boys. Benning. Putting in the work. Got guns over here that are, I think they're opening up. Yup. Nice. Ah, shit. Lay these guys down. You guys are actually doing okay over here. Not too bad anyway. Let's go ahead, double time here. They have no artillery on this side. It's kind of a surprise. Alright, we'll begin opening up on this retreated unit and the rest of Benning. We'll get these artillerymen moving. Good deal. Alright, Anderson. Hood's division, proud division over here. Let's get Anderson on the move. He probably should have gotten moving sooner. Support this push by Benning up on the ridge. He's got some canister coming in on his guys now. Oof! Charge. No choice but to make a charge in a scenario like this. And hopefully we'll just kind of go one gun, then down the next until they give up. Until they stop charging, really. Boom. Ouch! Ouch! Keep charging. This will be a pretty important attack. Oh, that's all they can handle. Okay, they'll pull back kind of down back below in a little bit of a defilade there before they get myrtleized by more canister fire, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and retreat these guys too. Say our fellas did about all they could do up there. Ouch! Down by about a third. Get back here, you idiot. How many points do I have? 4,200 now? Oh, this is a hold objective, and we just get 1,000 every 10 minutes that we hold it. Okay. So they're they're under the onus to attack me. Interesting. Got it. Oh, we don't have to attack them anywhere along the line, really. We're really more playing defense. Let's go ahead and retreat. Let's go ahead and retreat. Right there, we were just kind of doing a deal where we were in the business of killing Yankees, is all we were doing there. So we made a bunch of their guns run off. And now with Anderson's brigade, we'll work to make a bunch of their cavalry run off. And I'd say these two regiments are probably done for a while. Okay, we're going to take command. And we're going to set them here in a supporting position behind the other regiments in the brigade. Like that. Okay, and I think we will get Law moving again. Let's go ahead and give these units back to the AI, okay? Like this. Boom, boom, boom. And let's get back to Law, and let's have him get into an attack order now. Alright, he's still got a goodly number of troops. He's only lost 94. So his brigade's still strong. I mean, they've been in the action since the beginning, right? For a pretty good long time. But they can still fight. And charge. Looky here. 4th Alabama. We're going to really run these boys off. Okay, we stopped our charge. We're going to start shooting instead. Looks like. And again, over here, we're going to go boom, probe. And we're really just kind of like, we're killing Yankees. That's all we're doing over here, since they're cavalry. Keep them on take command for now. We'll have Benning supporting the push by Law. Get up on this fence and run these guns off. Let's go ahead, get these guys in column. We'll take command of them. We'll go here, we'll use the road, we'll double time it. Alright, and that's just a little particular way to move a unit in tight spot there, right? They're not going to literally just move everywhere in line. I'm going to get them in column for right now. Boom. Take a spot on the fence, get back out in the line, double time. And in Grog, the Grog toolbar, you're going to see the cover listed here, and then you will see the graphic here too. Let's double time up to the fence with these fellas. Perfect. Take them back off, take command. Same with these guys. And you're going to see 17th Georgia kind of getting separated from the others, but plenty of support over here with Law's brigade, right? And I don't think they have much for us in this battle. They'll begin. Oh, okay. Nope, they didn't run away. Boom. All right. Wheel. Okay, we're not targeting these guys right now. Let's go ahead, lay down for a minute. Let's lay these guys down. They'll be in defilade here, I think. Okay. These guys will start shooting again. So will these guys. Okay, we're gonna need to run up and get these guns out of here. Over the fence! These guys, take charge of them. We're gonna go forward 100 yards. Run. And again, some tactics here as two regiments come up against these guns. We're gonna charge. We're gonna charge. Oh, they can't because they're tired. You guys will stop. Boom. And a volley out. Nice. And then the other regiment will charge. Take a little canister. Ouch. Very good. Very good. Keep charging those guns. Nasty, man. Nasty. Alright, they'll stand and fight these guys. We'll stand and fight. Benning's brigade will have gotten itself really well involved here. Let's send these guys here. Let's go. Boom. Let's keep charging. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and take the rest of his brigade. Let's bring it up in support. Form line. They'll get out in their line there. And what we'll hope to do is just keep pushing things. Here. Then we need Robertson. Where are you, buddy? Let's get him. And let's move his brigade up further. Forward. 300 yards. Into the woods, all across the way. And we'll have Hood's division doing some good work against a bunch of cav. Them come to here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I see what they're gonna do. Okay, they've got this road they can take. Okay, let's take this battery and let's just bring it to this crossroad right here. Boom, 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 pow, like that. Alright, I'd say that we could pull back off of this bald spot. Back down into this little dirt road. Alright, let's get everybody out of here. Quick brigade-wide retreat for Anderson. And I do believe with our Confederates we would have stopped this enemy advance. And we would get ourselves dug in positions or hunkered down in some defensive positions around here, waiting on what they want to do next, kind of role-playing it. Back kind of over the ridge top. Okay, Anderson, we're going to get him back in our clutches. We're going to set him up back down here. Take command for everybody. Boom, now get everybody back up. Just out kind of behind this farm, under the cover of the guns. Still got Robertson, the Texas Brigade back here. Got our guns moving up. I don't want them just sitting there dying. But these guys will get on the fence and lay low. And that's kind of a cool little, you know, that's a nice little defensive position right there. I like that. Feel like I just kind of discovered it on my own, fighting this sandbox battle. That's pretty cool. I think Longstreet's Corps will have been successful in this sandbox action. Again, kind of disappointed that we're fighting against a bunch of cavalry. Not a lover of that. I'll be excited to get to our next sandbox. I'll probably play as the Confederates again in a Corps v Corps. And if we get I mean, it's tough though. Another drawback from Scourge of War is it's a commitment. Once you get in and you start spending like 15, 20, 30 minutes getting the troops out there and you see the other side, boom, it's all cavalry, then you've invested 20, 30 minutes and it's hard to just start the whole thing over again. There we are! All right, officially, major victory, beautiful. Took 1,100 casualties, inflicted 2,500-ish with a major victory, thanks to the points. We'll go ahead and save the replay on that. That's fine. Let's take a look at stats. So we had Hood. He was the main. We don't need to do all that. Yeah, he took the brunt of our casualties there with 1,049. But I do believe Cabell's battery. Yeah, he inflicted quite a few. Deering's guns, yeah, quite a few. Henry's guns, yeah, same. Nice. And so there you have a nice little tight sandbox scenario right here in Scourge of War. That was 2 hours, a little bit more while I was explaining some things. And do hope that you did enjoy this playthrough and some of the in-game, in-action tips I was able to provide and things that I was able to kind of go aside and comment on.